Here we go. We're back.
Thank you, Sean. George is so delinquent. Okay. So
the Oscar edition.
So now we're going to do Best Actor. Best Actor in a Leading Role. Jonathan Pryce, The Two Popes. Adam Driver, Marriage Story. Antonio Banderas, Pain and Glory. Joaquin Phoenix, Joker. Leonardo DiCaprio, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
So who's first?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix. The Joker. To me, I like Adam Driver. I thought he was good in
He was
Marriage
excellent.
Story.
I
And Adam
agree.
Driver is like, I was like, I was doing something for these guys, and they were talking about that his friend landed a movie called Black Klansman, and he was excited from great. Who's he playing with? The opposite against. Oh, Adam Driver. He said, "Damn it, I freaking Adam Driver is a good actor. He took the whole movie. It became an Adam Driver movie. That's how good an actor he is." So, but yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. That is almost like, I listen to, because I'm all technical. I listen to podcasts, tech podcasts, and I listen to video editor podcasts, and I listen to the guy that did.
Because we
Joker.
edit stuff.
So the guy that did edited Joker, he said, he got the gig and everything. They're doing the movie, and when they got the rushes, the dailies, the minute he saw the dailies for the first time, he was like, "Oh my God, I think we have something very unique here." I might be quoting him out of context, but basically it's like, I think we have something very special here.
In what movie?
Something Joker. This is the editor.
Okay.
He said
Okay.
he was watching he was editing the dailies. He goes, "Wow, this we have something very special here."
Yeah.
Anyway, so the role of a lifetime, I think, is the perfect role, the perfect actor to play that role. It's just, to me, it was just, I just love that movie. So, anyways, yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. Boom.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Sean, your turn. Let me guess what Sean
But
likes.
who do
Oh
you
my-
really think?
Yes. Yeah, you don't even have to ask. The answer is yes. Joaquin Phoenix as an actor, I think, is genius. Just like his brother was, River Phoenix.
River.
Blessings.
Oh, you Catholics.
I'm doing the pagan thing.
She's
Yada,
pagan.
yada, yada. I did not see Antonio Banderas, so I cannot speak about that.
I didn't see it either.
None of
I
us
did
saw
not.
it. Did you
I
see
did
it?
not see Pain and Glory.
Lon saw it.
What's that?
It's Antonio Banderas, so I can pretty much watch him do anything. 'Cause
Exactly.
He's sexy.
I
Come on.
agree.
However, I am a Marvel.
Oh,
DC Comics.
DC, thank you. Oh my god, somebody slap me quick. I'm a comic book fan, even though I never collected them. I'm a cartoon watcher. I love Batman because, he's a rich dude with like really fancy tech, as opposed to like someone with a superpower. I mean, this character, when he came out in the comic books, there was no background. There is no background on the Joker other than like a few minor details. However, this movie, watching it was, it was,
Give him a background.
it just genius.
It was genius.
It was genius. And again, I will say, when he walked down those steps,
Yep.
that scene in the movie is where he becomes the Joker. Before he even gets to the he's going to the TV place, right?
Right.
Before he even gets there, and he says, "Can you introduce me as Joker?" This is where he's dancing down the scene, and there's music, and he just becomes the Joker.
Yeah.
Genius.
Yes.
I agree with you.
It-
Patty.
It's really between Joaquin Phoenix and Leonardo DiCaprio. Even though everybody played the part great, their part great, I gotta say, if Joaquin Phoenix wasn't in it, I hoped it would have been Leonardo DiCaprio. Because I think he got really ripped off because he's not going to get voted for. because Joaquin Phoenix that movie is so emotionally charged. I mean, it's depressing to watch, but
I didn't find it depressing.
I found it incredibly depressing watching somebody, deteriorate into an abyss of madness.
Yeah.
And I found the movie incredibly sad. But that shows you good acting right there. But then again, it's the part. But then
So do you give
I'm trying
it
to think of
Joaquin?
anybody else who could have played the part. But he was such a genius in that part. And once again, Leonardo gets thrown out because
Come on.
because you can't beat Joaquin Phoenix in that one role.
Yeah, I agree with you, Patty. I did not see the Two Popes, but I saw everything else. And I actually had a conflict between Leonardo DiCaprio
Right.
and between Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because that was if Joaquin Phoenix had not had the Joker,
It would have been Leonardo DiCaprio.
it would, because that was such a great role.
Right.
He was like this neurotic actor.
Oh, God, yes.
You know, and he played it so well.
And he's
You know,
not that type of person.
And believe me,
Yeah.
Leonardo, if it wasn't for Joaquin Phoenix,
You're winning it, baby.
you would have got my vote. But Joaquin Phoenix in this and the Joker, and believe me, I am not a DC comic fan. I am not a superhero fan. But this movie,
Oh, he's brilliant.
my God. And did Joaquin Phoenix nail it? He nailed it.
Yes, he did.
It was like I was riveted the whole time.
Me too.
He was amazing. So for me, best actor, sorry, Leonardo.
Joaquin. Juan, what do you think?
Okay, you guys are going to hate me.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna hate you.
I will say this right now.
What?
I think Joaquin Phoenix will win the Oscar
Right, but
because it's a very flamboyant. He does a lot of stuff.
Oh my
and
God.
even the physicality of it, of
Absolutely.
him losing the weight and stuff, that was almost painful for me
Yeah.
to see him on screen
He's
at times.
doing a
right?
Leonardo thing for me.
Okay,
Now he's
hold
gonna
on.
go
Oh,
to
no,
the
no,
guy.
no, not
Go
at
ahead.
all.
No,
because
I
of-
think that-
Continue
yeah.
on.
because the thing
Continue.
is, here's another movie I really didn't even like.
Which
Because
one?
I said,
You don't
what's
like
the
the
point of it?
Joker?
No.
Which movie?
The Joker.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm watching this movie. It's like, okay, I understand he's good in it, right?
Right?
The thing is, okay, so what's this movie supposed to be about? What am I supposed to get out of it? Like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Right.
It's like, again, I'm not understanding the purpose of this movie.
Okay.
Now, it is showing you
have
a
to
dark
understand
side.
every purpose. Of a
Yes. of
Well,
course you
for
do.
me, I like a thesis behind a
Me
movie
too.
of a purpose of
Well, I
why
would
you
say-
present. Which is why, like you said, something like Harriet, it's like, oh, the purpose was to show her life and what
Right.
she had accomplished, and yet it sort of failed, like by Susie's standards, because it's like, yeah, it's disappointing. There should have been more drama.
Which one
Now
did you
here's the
think?
Joker that has a lot of drama, and
Right.
I'm between him, the relationship with his mother, the talk show stuff, and
Right.
everything.
And actually,
the admiration, right?
now you mentioned that,
Uh-huh.
I think his mother should have been nominated for.
Oh,
supporting
I thoroughly
actress.
agree. I thought she was
So
very
who
good.
do you think
But-
should have won?
Well, no. This is the thing.
Let's go. Let's.
My
hear.
thing is, I thought other people should have been nominated who weren't.
Like who?
One being George McKay from 1917. The whole entire movie relies on him,
That's true.
right?
Yeah.
It's him, but again, a director's kind of performance because that mostly is all director driven, technically driven with the special effects, the cinematography, the editing, all the drama is shown that way, right? In his
Okay.
interaction. Another one, of course, which I can never remember his name, was the young boy from Jojo Rabbit.
Absolutely. Oh
my God.
This
Yes.
Thomason McKenzie.
Yes.
I'm surprised he was
yes,
not
yes,
Oh,
up
I
there for
agree.
nomination.
It shocked me because here's a movie. It's like, okay, goofy movie about Hitler showing up, blah, blah, blah. I watched this and it's like, he is this 10-year-old boy,
Makes the
or at
movie.
least I'm assuming he's 10 years old because
Right.
that's the character's age, is carrying this entire movie.
Absolutely.
And I'm with him all the way. And oddly enough, it's him and his friend. that are the most amazing characters. I love his little friend just saying, "Oh yeah, they made me part of the Nazi thing now. So they gave me a gun." And he's so excited. It's like, "Oh, and now it's time to go home." Right?
I
Those two.
agree,
Yeah.
except there's nobody in here as best actor.
Well, you're saying that they
No. That's
should have
what
been
I'm saying.
Yeah,
These are the
absolutely.
people I preferred in my movie.
No, I
thing.
agree with you on
Because
that.
a third person I'd throw in, which I don't know his name, was when I saw the movie called Yesterday.
Oh,
that guy, he was
yesterday.
I really enjoyed his performance.
Right.
You know, in that. And let me get his name real quick. Because I feel bad. I didn't even actually look this
I'm
stuff to
amazed
think about
that the
it,
guy,
but,
the kid from
Something Patel.
Jojo Rabbit was
But
not.
here's my point,
nominated.
Milan.
Okay, Himesh Patel. Now here are
There's nobody in there who named
No,
that.
again, but see, that's the thing. Well, that's what I said.
But that was a good
Joaquin
movie.
Phoenix is obviously going to win, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So here are people I would have preferred to see in this category.
too.
Now, I will not deny that, like I said before, Leonardo DiCaprio is excellent, I think. But my thing was, was he really the lead? It was him and Brad Pitt, I thought, almost as equals in the movie.
Me too.
And so I can't say he would get Best Actor if I were voting.
right.
So that is coming down to, for example, Adam Driver,
Right.
who I thought, again,
he was great.
like Scarlett Johansson,
Yeah, I agree.
is organically,
Yes.
emotionally sort of coming up with these things. But my thing is, like you, Susie, it's like, God, here's another show busy kind of thing. It's like,
right.
no, right? Both of them,
Even
the
more
two
than
leads,
even more than
were
Scarlett
really
Johansson.
excellent playing those
Yes.
roles and what they
Yes,
did. I mean, they were
yes. I
really
agree.
solidly
I
intense.
agree. I agree.
But I also thought when I saw Jonathan Pryce playing
I didn't
Pope
see
Francis,
that. Yeah.
it's like, oh, okay, he's so good being humble, showing everything, and yet having courage to speak his mind.
And he's
Okay.
such Jonathan
But
Price.
I think that's more with the writing than Jonathan Price, how he delivered it. And he did deliver it well, but I think that part is more with the writing.
And it
the
could
Jojo
be, right.
Rabbit part, absolutely.
I
should have
think
been
the
nominated.
boy,
Yeah,
the
sure.
That
boy
kid made the movie.
definitely, the
And I will
boy
say
made
this,
the movie.
Antonio
Yes.
Banderas, excellent in Pain and Glory.
Yeah, I have to see that. I didn't see it. I'm
but
sorry.
I love Almodovar. And it's sort of fun. I had no idea he even made a movie this year.
No.
It's like when George sent me the nomination, like, oh, what's Pain and Glory? And that's when my friend said, oh, that's the Almodovar film. I said, Almodovar made another movie.
Well, we saw
Every single movie he does, I like. And I get why I like it. He does melodrama perfectly, in my opinion.
What is other movies he's made?
Oh,
All
God.
About My Mother.
Well, All About My Mother was one of the famous that won the Oscar. Woman on the Verge of an Nervous
Yeah,
Breakdown.
that was-
Matador, Law Desire.
Both, which I
He's
hated.
got a.
But the thing is...
Matador, I loved.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They didn't talk to her, did
that
he?
was the first movie I saw.
Did he
I'm sorry.
didn't talk to
I love
her?
Matador.
Talk to Her, another
to Her,
great
that movie
movie.
sucked.
I
Talk
thought
to
was
Her was fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And see, that's what I mean. He does a certain type of drama that I glom onto
like
because
that,
it's sort of surreal and yet there's intensity to the drama. But
Right.
it can be also very melodramatic, very
Right.
soap opera. So here's the story, supposedly, that when I heard about it, that is about his life. And I thought, oh,
Yeah.
this has got to be interesting. And he doesn't get too surreal. He keeps it very close. But Antonio Banderas has to play this man, a director, who has fame and yet is so lonely. And there are things in his life he has to confront, which he does, in my opinion. Well, in the movie, the character does it very poorly. Like he really just can't commit
Right.
to the relationships in his life. And he fondly does remember his mother, which is why I said there's obviously something there
Right.
that actually becomes, and he sort of melds, I don't want to say fantasy or surrealism to movie making and his actual life.
Right.
Because at one point, towards the end, you get to see something. For example, two actresses play his wife, and of course, what's his favorite?
Penelope Cruz.
Yeah, she plays his mother when he's a young boy.
Right.
But you get to see, and this is what I did like when they flash back, because now you get to see his life growing up as a young boy,
Right.
which is why now I understand his Catholic thing. I didn't realize she forces him to go to a seminary school because she says they're poor. This is how you're going to get a good education.
Yes.
And it's a free education.
But it's true.
And she says, but you don't have to be a priest. She keeps telling that. He keeps saying, I don't want to be a priest. Like, but no. And so that's another aspect of his life, which I didn't know that.
I didn't know.
Oh, now that makes more sense when I see
Right.
like bad education. he dealt with that subject matter.
Right.
And you know, he's openly gay. He's always admitted to that. And so it also shows a relationship that comes up because his first sort of partner, or he talks about a certain partner very young in his age, they do a play, and then his partner just stumbles on and sees the play and is so shocked and moved that it's like, oh my God, this is about me.
Oh,
And-
wow.
And so he approaches the actor.
Wow.
And again, another relationship with Antonio Banderas' character. He has to confront the actor who was in his first movie, but they haven't talked in 32 years because they had an argument after that first
Oh my
movie came
God.
out. And so there's a lot, again, the melodrama is always there. And you're really seeing Antonio Banderas dealing basically with pain and glory, because another aspect is physically. He talks about having back surgery and the death of his mother 4 years previously. He says he's never gotten over, the pain is still there with both of them.
Oh.
So he really does, I think, a wonderful sort of knocked out performance. He also gets into drugs, so you see things like that. Really solid performance. So this to me was the best category.
Oh,
Because like I said,
wow.
even though I
So
did
you
not
think
like
you
the
would give it
Joker, even though
Antonia-
even though I didn't like the Joker, I will say that he is definitely going to win because he really does give that intense bravura performance.
You think
does,
Antonio
but-
Banderas is going to win?
No.
You would
Joaquin.
prefer if he
Joaquin.
did win?
No, actually, to be quite honest, of all the people that in the movie that I saw, I would pick Adam Driver. Like Scarlett Johansson, I said, here's this organic, emotional role that I was
Absolutely.
really
I
touched
see
by.
that, yeah.
So,
He was wonderful
yeah.
in that.
and I do mean that this is the category that every single performance did touch me in a weird kind of way.
Yeah,
that they
absolutely.
were really good, and I thought, wow, I understand that. And it could be because I'm a man, so I get that either with the weird insanity of the Joker,
No, I
or
get that.
or looking at your life at a certain age, like Antonio Banderas
Right.
does, being in Hollywood and desperately still wanting to be significant. You see that with Leonardo DiCaprio. Adam Driver being confused because he has such confidence as a director and what he wants to do, and yet in his marriage,
He's
it's
lost.
it's the same way, but it's like, no, this is
Right.
there's your career, there's a
Right.
relationship, and then seeing Jonathan Pryce playing this Pope who's also very conflicted about, because you remember how you talked about you wish you saw like the Harriet Tubman character have a little
Yes.
more. Every single character
Absolutely.
in this has this great conflict of what is, and they all do it very well.
I thought the male actors had much more
Depth.
meat to
Yeah,
deal with.
exactly. I agree.
It's
Yeah.
weird, but
So who are you choosing?
who you choose?
Well, like I said, I just
I went
said Joaquin
Hollywood.
Phoenix would win.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd
All
pick
right.
him,
He's
yeah.
the last one.
yeah, he's the
Yeah.
last one.
But what would be your choice? You would think you think he
Go
would win,
ahead.
but if you were picking the winner, who would you pick?
That Thomasin McKenzie from Jojo Rabbit.
Oh yeah,
I totally agree. I totally.
Hello, he's not nominated.
But he
All right,
should have been.
Susie.
He should have
Susie.
been. I'm amazed he was not.
I totally agree
Yeah.
with that. I totally
Yeah.
agree with that because he's so young. He probably
Well, to
wasn't.
be quite honest, I will say this: it was like for me, The Room. When I saw The Room,
I love that movie.
said everything in that entire movie is based on your response to that little boy.
Yes.
Who I thought was excellent.
Really
And I
excellent.
said that's the most powerful male performance I've seen in a film.
That was a
So,
great movie.
Exactly. And that's the kind of thing, that's why I said young kids don't really get to recognize.
It's
So-
like you see Moonrise
Yeah.
Kingdom.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
Moonrise Kingdom.
Yeah,
You always
he
bring
always
that
No.
movie up,
says
George.
that.
Oh, you're talking about the
Wes Anderson with the
Wes
kid.
Anderson movie. Yeah. About the runaway, about the two
took out all
kids,
the-
right? Yeah.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
the Santa Claus movie too.
What movie?
Claus?
No, the one with the
Claus. Sweden movie?
no package delivery thing.
Oh,
Exotic
no,
packages.
No, it's something
Rare
else.
exports.
Rare exports.
Rare exports.
Well, whatever.
Remember
All
that
right.
kid? That kid.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. The Scandinavian movie.
Yes. Okay, hold
that
on.
kid-
It's
that kid brought a movie
Finlandia.
So were you unanimous on the Joker, on Joaquin Phoenix winning?
I think we all know he's going to win.
What
but-
happens if
We
he
know-
Yeah,
doesn't?
the
I
kid
will
from
be
Jojo
heartbroken.
Well, it's going to be
gonna
interesting.
win.
I'm
He'll
sorry.
win. He'll win.
He's gonna win.
He and Renee Zellweger are the shoe-ins,
Yeah.
basically.
They really
just
are. They
won
really
every
are.
Oh my
single award.
God! All right, I'm gonna be. I'll have your numbers ready because if
Call me. If
And
they
don't
don't
know
don't.
they're-
Okay, hold on. Okay, the next category we're gonna do, and because the champagne is kicking in,
Yeah.
is best director.
Good. Let's go.
No, shut up.